Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Our Kind of People, Season 1, Episode 1. If you were new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, you one of my peoples, welcome back. Now, I know I said I was going to come in here and watch this show, but after watching it, I was like, do I just want to watch this and just for enjoyment? But I was like, no, I have to talk about this episode, so I'm going to watch it for enjoyment purposes first. And then I'm going to come back in and I'm going to take my notes. That's how I'm going to get things done. So I don't exactly have everybody's names down as of yet, but we're going to go on to the IMDb page and get the cast just so I can give y'all some references. So the show centers around three families. We have the Vaughn family, which is Angela, her daughter Nikki, and her aunt Patricia, who they call Piggy. The Franklin family, which is Teddy Franklin, his daughter, my bad, his daughter Leah Franklin DuPont, and we have the DuPont family, which is Lauren DuPont, Quincy DuPont, and Grandma DuPont, which is Olivia DuPont. We do have Angela's friend Josephine, but she's not one of the main families that they're focusing on. So we're going to try to get those names together. I'm pretty sure I'm not. So like I said, the focus around those families. The Franklin and DuPont family, they got that money. Like they are the two head families in Oak Bluff. Angela, she from Boston. She's a single mother and she has a hair care line. And she's come to Oak Bluff because her mom has recently passed away and her mom left her some property in Oak Bluff. She never knew about this property, but this is like, okay, this is good. This is where the people who have money come during the summer, and I can get down there and I can, move and shake some things, and I can get my hair care product line, launched. So I was like, okay. So this is where the rich of, the melanated people go during the summer. Now, Angela's daughter, Nikki, she has some issues at school with fighting, and she just wants a better life for her daughter. I want to give you the things that I didn't have. No shade to her mother, but she wants to do better as a daughter, and like maybe be a good thing that you hanging out with all these, I, I don't want to say bougie people, but these more affluent people. I believe that's the word, or is it affluent? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So Nikki's introduction to these, more affluent children is being offered some vodka. She was going over there to get some like club soda or something like that, and I was like, "You just okay." I would have been like, "Can I just have some water? Can I have some cranberry juice? Something like that." And Quincy was like, "She'll have some vodka," and the bartender's like, "Certainly, Mr. DuPont." And I'm like, "So we just not carding people." We, out here, I think this was like something for the kids. I don't remember, but we just, giving out vodka to the children. This is what we doing. This is her introduction to the affluent kids. Here's a drink. This is what we do out here. Then she's been shaded by Lauren DuPont because she was like, Lauren comes over, let's go take our pictures for Jack and Jill. She's like, hello, my name is Nikki. She's like, okay. But Taylor's like, oh, hey, girl, how you doing? You should come over here with us, get that and the third. I was like, okay. While this is going on, Angela, she's been looked down by Leah DuPont, but she goes to her friend Josephine like, okay, that's Lee DuPont over there. I want to go over there and schmooze her, give my donation and everything. And she goes over there. She's like, hey, I'm such and such, I am the owner of Eve's Crown. And, I got me a little shop. She say out there, or am I just putting, a little extra on it? I may be putting a little extra on it. And the husband's like, oh, yeah, you up for, like a little kind of, I don't want to say scholarship, but, you up for like a little grant that our family be getting now. He seems very down to earth, even though they got money, but she seems very, oh, well, the donation box is over there. She's very, one of these, stiffs. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, okay, thank you. She just wanted to make her presence be known. Well, as Angela's walking and talking, and breaks her heel. And who is there to help her? Tyreek, played by Lance Gross, and all the chocolate. We not even gonna go into all the chocolateness and the melanation and the hair. Oh my goodness, the different hairstyles that Angela was wearing. I was like, my hair won't do that, and I wanted to do that, like the big old froze, and like, oh, it was just woo. I was like, one day I am going to get my hair to fro up correctly. That is my goal. Cause it was just like I don't know if it was a wig. It doesn't even matter. It was just the bigness of it. And she had like a little pompadour right here that went, it was just whoo. Tyreek is there to help her, and he kind of like fixed her heel. She's like, oh, okay. Okay, I see. Later on that evening, she get a little package, and it's, oh my goodness, them shoes was cute, but I know they would be hurting my feet. But I'm getting better at walking in heels since I've been doing them a lot more lately. I'm still not back to where I was, pre-Pandora, but I'm getting there. But those shoes looked just so cute. So she was invited to a little party by Tariq. We're gonna go ahead and get that on out the way. She goes to the party, and he like looks at her feet, and she was like, "I can buy my own shoes," and he was like, "All right, I see you." I see you. I guess a lot of the women he deal with, he gets some shoes and they all giggly because they trying to find them a rich, successful man. We meet Teddy Franklin, and he seemed like he is a dirty, ruthless businessman, and he is played by Joe Morton, and Joe Morton is just basically reprising his role as Papa Popes, like monologues and all. I love me some Joe Morton. If Joe Morton don't do anything, he is going to have this monologue where he's speaking to mainly his daughters about being excellent and being better. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at myself and I almost got scared for a minute. The way my ring light is like popping off my glasses, and it looks like, I don't even know how to explain this. It looked like an owl is looking at me, and it kind of scared me. I'll be chatting here for that. But yeah, he's going on about his mama monologues about how his grandparents came over here from Chicago with nothing, and they built things from the ground. They're DuPont, no, they're Franklins, and he is making things for the better for the rest of them, so they don't have to be doing all this backbreaking work. This table I bought because it was the biggest one they had, and I elevated it so everybody would have to look up to me. I was like, oh, so you that person. You want people to look at you. You want to be the center of attention. You this ruthless person. Not surprised, but in a way that Joe Morton's almost being typecast as this person. But I love it anyways. So I believe now they're like a little kids yacht party, and Taylor goes over there to hug Nikki, and it's like, okay, but she drops her phone in her purse, and I was like, what's that about? But anyways, she's, walking around, and then she sees on this picture that says lies. But we can kind of see that was Lauren who wrote it. And the next thing, it was like wrote in like lipstick or something. The next thing you know, Lauren, Taylor wrote it in lipstick lies. Lauren is over there freaking out like, oh my goodness, she went overboard. Oh my goodness. The parents get called, all this other jazz going on. And she's talking before the parents get there. She's like, oh my goodness, I don't know what happened. She just fell overboard. By the time the parents get over there, they're somewhere else. And like the police officer's like, well, Nikki said she saw was there, and Lauren was screaming because Taylor went overboard. She's like, I was nowhere near her. I was like, why are we lying about being near this girl? So this is when, my side eye was getting in effect. Then she talked about some Taylor, Nikki can't. I'm trying to get these names together, y'all. Nikki can't be trusted. You can smell the alcohol on her breath. And Angela's like, my daughter don't drink, but she didn't. Nikki did not go there to drink, but she was offered to drink and she took it. But if you don't drink, you don't have to drink just to be around these people. So now Angela is upset because Nikki was out here drinking. I'm upset because, like, really, Lauren, you out here lying on folks. But that's not gonna be the first time you do that. So I've already come up where I'm going to be side eyeing this girl for a good little minute. Well, Nikki's at home after being grounded, and she accidentally knocks her purse over, and it is a phone. And in this phone, she sees Lauren and Taylor in bed together kissing. She's like, "Oh, so this is what it is." She didn't put two and two together. Taylor wanted somebody to know. So, oh yeah, Angela earlier in the day, she went to some kind of little, I don't want to, little organization for the women. Like the women have their own little organization where you get inducted into, not inducted, was inducted is not the word I'm looking for, but initiated into, and the men have their own little things. She was like, she wants to volunteer to be, I'll do the hair, and Leah being shady was like, oh, you can do the snacks. Well, it's time for the mother and daughter fashion show, and Angela steps up. She was giving me natural hair all around, and I loved every minute of it. Josephine had this big old fro like with like twists coming down. She did Leah's hair, hooked her up, gave her this big old fro. Lauren had like these like big old rings, but it was extensions on her hair. It was so beautiful. Just beautiful. And she's like, she was put on snack duty, but the hairstylist didn't show up. And she was like, I volunteer my services. Well, after the fashion show, Nikki calls herself, trying to be a friend and not coming at Lauren sideway or anything like that. And she was like, I just want to let you know, Taylor dropped her phone in my purse, and I seen a video of you too. She's like, oh my goodness. She's like, it's okay. She's basically saying it's okay if you were a lesbian, if you were bisexual, whatever it is you are. I'm trying to say this in the most political way. It's not to sound mean. Like, it don't matter who you are, who you love. It's okay. I'm not judging. That's where she's coming across of, and that's where I'm coming across of. Well, she's like, what do you think I'm gonna just be? She basically she can't live her true self because of her family, the Franklin and the DuPonts. So then she get to threatening Nikki, and she's like, what? Well, as this is coming out of her mouth, like as she's straightening Nikki, Leah Franklin sees this and comes over like, what's going on? She's like, she threatened me again, Mom. Okay, so now we're lying and adding some stank on it. First you lied about you wasn't nowhere near Taylor. Now we found out why. And now you're talking about Nikki is threatening you. Like, for what reason would she have? Like, she just come up, I don't like you because your name starts with an L, and threatens her. And Angela comes up like, hold up, hold up, hold up. That's what we're not gonna do. So Leah decides, okay, because earlier in the episode, Angela did lie about her mom being a business owner. Her mom was a maid and worked for, I'm assuming she worked for the Franklin family. But since Angela is trying to make it in this business and she's trying to seem, she don't want people looking down on her. She wants her work to speak for itself. So Leah decides, well, since we're talking about being honest, your mother was a maid here. She wasn't a business owner, and she was selling drugs out of her makeshift salon. And she was like, no, that ain't true, not my mama. And Angela, no, Leah hands her the little envelope, like, see, here it is. So now she's getting upset and she's crying. But if you look in the background, you see Grandmama DuPont smiling because she just set all this in motion. She was like, that girl's mother's going to cause trouble just like her mother did. Here, give this. Are you going to be able to handle this, or do I need to call your father? So she hands her this information. So this is when you didn't embarrass this girl. Like, do you feel good that you've embarrassed her? So where we at? We're gonna get to this. Leah, she decides she gonna blackmail her daddy. Like, Daddy Franklin You out here making some shifty and shady moves. We not doing that. So I got all your shady work that you got going on, and I will take it to the IRS. So what you gonna do is you gonna step down, and I'm gonna be in charge of the company. You going into early retirement. It's like it was a little too fast, but I was like, you was out here doing dirt. So what did you expect? But she kind of feeling like I felt bad because I tore this woman down. I was like, as you should. I mean, you don't have to be that ruthless to be making it. That's people would really. I think people would prefer that you not being so ruthless because people could trust you then. Well, Josephine gets all the records and tapes of Eve because Josephine, she's a DA. This is what she do, mama. She like I like Josephine because like even though this is like how she grew up, she's very like down to earth and not looking down on people. Much like Tyreek, but Tyreek, his daddy worked for a family and they like put him through school. So it was like he was around that lifestyle, but he didn't necessarily live it himself. But we like Tyreek and we like Josephine. Now them DuPont children, especially Lauren, side eyeing. Quincy, he seemed okay. Morris Chestnut plays their father. Don't remember his name that fast. But Leah, she seems like she wants to do good, but it's like she has to be ruthless because they are the Franklin DuPont families. But yeah. So they've got the tapes. And we see Eve on the tape saying, talking to some dude, talking about some, Teddy, tell him it's not true. And he's turning off the camera now. We never see this dude. But throughout the episode, we kept on seeing these flashbacks of Eve when she was little with her mom. One was okay, she's getting ready, to meet her daddy for the first time, and she has to be like 5, maybe 6, getting all pretty up, getting her little dress on, and there's a knock at the door. And the dude was basically, he was supposed to, I guess, leave his family to come with Leah. She ended up getting pregnant by him, and he was like, be quiet about it, and we gonna work some things out. And then just came over and paid her off. I'm assuming that the elder Franklin DuPont people found out and was like, you gotta do something about this. Pay that girl off. We gonna do some things that where she gonna go to jail and we gonna you know make her decredit her, if that's the word. I know that's not the word I'm looking for, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. So she runs and she sees her daddy. Well, we seen that earlier, but didn't we see she stopped at the door. But this later one, she was looking, she ran outside and found his watch. And we see a young Leah in the back of the car. And she's like, Daddy, who's that girl? And he's like, Leah, that's nobody you need to be concerned about. So she's putting two and two together. She's like, Teddy Franklin is my daddy. Now, Eve, her mother, never told her who her father was, never told her sister who Angela's daddy was, and they was tight like glue. And she was like, there must have been a reason why she didn't tell me. She left me this. She left me this building for a reason, and now I'm going to find out what they did to my mother. Now I was kind of upset that it happened like this first episode. She found out that Teddy Franklin was her dad, but then I was like, okay, now that you know this information, it's going to be building her story of like finding the evidence and I guess eventually confronting them. So she makes a call to Leah Franklin DuPont. She wants to come get her wig. She comes, gets the wig, and she does her little mini monologue too, talking about some basically you were a slave to this lifestyle. You might as well be the maid out here, and goes home and like looks through the wig and I guess gets some Leah's hair so she can test the DNA on it, I guess, to see if it's a genetic match between the two of them. So I was like, okay, I'm liking this show. I'm side eyeing the heck out of Taylor because you over here just making this girl seem like a liar for no reason. Well, it's a reason because you can't live in your own truth. So you're gonna make this girl to be a liar. Alright, so y'all, that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you were new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe to this free all day, every day for $4.99. Make sure your notifications are on when my beautiful face puts up a video. You can click on it, you can like it, and share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my people. If you're already one of my peoples, oh, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.